So tell me, is it standard in a contract with the listing that you have to accept the appraisal?
Well, what it is it says that when you write in the
I'm missing the other packet, don't I?
Pardon me?
I'm missing the other
the
packet.
property will, if it's not, if it doesn't show, so say you have a property, then you're gonna pay cost. And it won't appraise at 450.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that, you know.
It's not obligated to purchase it. Oh, okay.
Did you, I'd appreciate it, yeah.
Right, I understand that.
I'll just go. I'm gonna do either one. You just tell me.
So
have a gentleman who wants to add something to that public record. Is that something we can
Pardon me?
20%
Which one?
But we have one that has
The one that they sent you in the email?
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
so when I bought.
Yeah, I didn't bring it.
Yeah,
It came in.
I didn't bring mine either, because it's only
Actually,
one
the appraisal
issue.
came in under what I was paying for it. I gave him extra
I
money.
guess we won't be seconding.
It's on your phone.
Because.
Yeah, it is. You bet it is. She always attaches it.
Did I see it on there?
It'll be on the email. It'll be
Well,
on
it's
your
7
phone.
o'clock. We better get started. So we're gonna get home. Yeah. It is 7:01 on July 2nd, 2024, and I'm calling to order the City of Brookings Planning Commission. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We will conduct this meeting in a regular format and will allow commissioners, applicants, and interested parties an opportunity to speak. We will now Okay. We will conduct this meeting in a regular format and will allow commissioners, applicants, and interested parties opportunity to speak. We will now conduct the roll call of planning commissioners.
Commissioner Peters,
Here.
Commissioner Chapman,
Here.
Chair Watwood,
Here.
Commissioner Wolfowitz,
Here.
Commissioner Bruce,
Here.
Commissioner Bond.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Planning Commission announcements, I don't have any announcements. So we are about to begin the public hearing portion of the agenda. The following information applies to all of the applications being heard here today. The public hearing will be conducted in the following manner. First, the planning staff will present their report. The applicant will then make his or her presentation. Next, anyone wishing to speak in support of the proposal will be afforded an opportunity, followed by anyone wishing to speak in opposition to the proposal. Finally, any interested parties or representatives of the public agencies will be asked to testify. All speakers must state their name and mailing addresses. Any person who wishes to speak may be asked questions by the commissioners. The applicant will be offered the opportunity to rebut evidence. Planning staff will then be given the opportunity to make any final comments at the end of the public testimony portion of this hearing. Testimony and evidence must be given under the following guidelines. All testimony and evidence must be directed toward the criteria outlined in the staff report, comprehensive plan, or land use regulation which applies to the decision. Except for the applicant, testimony shall be limited to 5 minutes unless otherwise stated by the chair. Any exhibits presented will be marked as part of the record and will be kept by the planning staff until appeal opportunities expire. Failure to raise an issue accompanied by statements or evidence sufficient to afford the commission and the parties an opportunity to respond precludes appeal to the Oregon Land Use Board of Appeals, LUBA, based on that issue. Failure of the applicant to raise constitutional or other issues relating to proposed conditions of approval with sufficient specificity to allow this commission to respond to the issue precludes an action for damages in circuit court. Prior to the conclusion of the evidentiary hearing, any participant may request additional time and the opportunity to present additional evidence or testimony regarding the proposal. This is limited to those who have spoken on the request. Repetitious testimony is not necessary and is discouraged. We have one one item for consideration tonight, MC-4-24, CUP-5-19 is a minor change of a conditional use permit for new owner at 96335 Dawson Road. By a show of hands, does any commissioner have any ex parte contact to declare for any of these applications?
Yes, I do. I'll be recusing myself.
Okay.
Dr. Rams Patel is my wife's primary care physician.
Okay. Thank you. By a show of hands, does any commissioner have any personal bias or personal interest that would preclude their participation in hearing any of these applications? I see no hands raised. By a show of hands, does any commissioner have any potential or actual conflict of interest to declare for any of these applications? I see no hands raised. Does anyone object to the jurisdiction of the Planning Commission to hear these matters? Seeing no hands raised in objection, we will now proceed with the presentation of these applications. We will now proceed with the application. Okay, the time is 7:06 p.m. and the public hearing to consider the following application is open. In the matter of file number MC-4-24, CUP-5-19, a request for approval of a minor change of a conditional use permit of 96335 Dawson Road, changing permit into new property owners' names. The owners and applicants are Connie and Brahms Patel. The criteria used to decide this matter is found in section 17.124.170, short-term rentals, and section 17.116.090, minor change of the Brookings Municipal Code, BMC. This is a quasi-judicial hearing, and the Planning Commission will make a matter on this decision. We will now proceed with the staff report.
Good evening. This is a request for approval of a minor change of a conditional use permit, changing the name on the conditional use permit at 96335 Dawson Road to the new property owner's name, Connie and Brahms Patel. This property was granted a conditional use permit on August 6, 2019 to use the single-family dwelling as a short-term rental. The property was sold on October 4th, 2022, and a minor change was granted to the then property owners, changing it into their name. On April 15th of 2024, the property was sold to the current applicants. The applicants are requesting to change the CUP into their names within the required 6-month period after purchase of the property. We did not receive any written requests from neighboring property owners. Staff supports the request.
Okay, is the applicant present? Would you like to say anything on your behalf, or?
Do I need to? I don't know.
You don't have to.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't have
I think that
to.
pretty much sums it up. Just trying to make a.
Okay, please state your name and your mailing address if you're going to speak, though.
Brahms Patel, and then mailing 17328 Holmes Drive.
Okay, do you have anything to say besides that?
No, I think that's enough.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone in support of this matter? Anyone opposed? Are you Robert Huntoon?
Yes.
Okay. Please approach the podium and state your name and mailing address.
It's Robert Huntoon. I live at 96436 Ocean Park Drive in Brookings. I know these people are new owners. We've lived there since the first instances of using it as a vacation rental. So we've dealt with trash on the street, RVs parked, even though they're supposed to not be parked. Up to 14 people in the facility, and illegal fireworks being used, which we did involve the police in. So I know they're new, and hopefully they'll do a better job of managing. And I just want to suggest to the group that, you know, we can put things in there of 2 RVs or no RVs or trash pickup and all this. But unless the property is managed correctly, those things that nobody's checking to see is there RVs parked or is the population or the group that's in there larger than it's supposed to be? So I'm suggesting that it would be helpful for the homeowners that have been canvassed, and I think that's a 250 feet circumference around the property, that they have some kind of a note or a letter from the city saying they've been approved and who is the management company and contact information directly. It was basically the same list as we got notification from, and it would be a simple thing so that people have somebody to talk to on these things, which we have not had. And I think it's important that the public know this.
And there are, some of those conditions are placed in that because it is a conditional use permit.
Right.
And there are conditions, I think, Laura, you can speak to, there's not supposed to be any RVs parked, there's a limited amount of cars, all of that.
Right.
But it depends on neighbors, you know, if they're, and I understand a lot of people don't like to just call the police and use that resource, but that's how we get these things corrected, because not a lot of people are doing that.
Right, but we did call the police on fireworks, but trash pickup on the street, we've all done it there, and it says that they have garbage service. Well, they do have garbage service, but nobody's emptying the can or overflowing the can, and with 14 people there, it doesn't take long for the can to overflow and paper blowing everywhere. I don't think I want to use the police to do a management of the property. That should be done by whoever is the manager of the facility.
Yeah, and we understand that and appreciate that.
Okay, right.
For sure. But that's one way, like the illegal fireworks is obviously a situation where even the owner or their representative should be called.
Second and lastly, I printed off the VRBO application for advertisement, and I noticed there's 4 points in that, and I will give you a copy of that to be entered into the record. There's 4 references to beach access. So if somebody's renting the property, it appears that they have beach access. And we have fought this for a long time. Our beach access at the end of Shorewood Terrace, and I think that's the ones that they're saying, is restricted to HBE or Paris Beach Estates and Ocean Park subdivision that was Mike Marr subdivision. And we have deeded access. I think it's probably a liability to them to rent, saying that they've got beach access, but I don't.
There's a separate beach access for that particular subdivision.
And where is it located?
It's right there off of Dawson. It's not a very good access, but there is a beach access that is deeded for that house and for that subdivision. Yeah.
Okay. Well, as long as
and it's not the same as yours.
It's probably easier to walk to ours.
It's much nicer. Yeah, it's much nicer, but it's not allowed for that house.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's all I've got.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any interested parties? Any applicant rebuttal?
Sure.
You don't have to, but
I mean, I just want to make sure that, you know, that whatever happened in the past probably won't happen again. We're going to manage this very professionally. My wife will do most of it. We don't have a property management company. I want to make sure that you have a contact number, which you should have received, I think, when the announcement was made that we were going to change ownership. Never hesitate to reach out personally, directly. I'm not sure if this platform is the right platform, but, if you have any other concerns, we certainly can address them. Trash, having excess number of people staying there, I don't think that'll be an issue whatsoever. This is all news to us. We've never heard of this before, but again, it won't be on the property for a couple of months. Yeah, I don't know. Any other questions, concerns?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do they get a copy with the notification? Do they get a copy of the application?
Not the application,
Not the application.
they get a copy of the final order.
Okay.
But the, I mean,
Is the contact-
the packet is on, you know, it's on the website.
So the contact number's there?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
the
okay,
packet,
okay.
all the information's available on the packet.
Yeah.
They go to the website,
I just wanted to tell you guys that I'm Connie.
State your name, state your full name and your mailing address, sorry.
I did send out letters to all the adjoining neighbors like we were supposed to with my contact information saying that I'll be managing it with my cell phone, so I can give that to you too. I don't have it with me, not the number, but the addresses that I sent it out to, so I'm having a hard time remembering because there were like 8 or 9 houses that I sent letters to everybody, so I'm not sure. If you're not like adjoining, if you don't, your property line does, if you don't share a property line with us, then it wouldn't come to you, but I have no problem giving you my number too.
Right, and we don't, we're within the zone of the announcement that this is gonna happen.
Oh, but probably not sharing a
By
property.
200,
Yeah.
we don't share a
But
property.
I'll give you my number too, and
Right.
I have on the listing no parties, and we have a ring camera.
And it was on the previous.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe, yeah, I'm really detail oriented and I'll stay on top of it. And we have a ring camera that I monitor when the guests arrive, just for that reason, to see how many people show up, how many pets when they're not supposed to be, and that sort of thing. So I just wanted to reassure you that my eyes are on everything, so.
And do you live locally?
Yeah, we live in the,
Oh, that's right, you stated your address. Your address is Holmes, I'm sorry. Yep, okay.
So, yeah, we're really close by and we're heritage and everything, so. I'll give you my information after and you can let me know if there's any concerns.
And I don't know how we handle people that would be using our.
Yeah, I mean, I can write an extra note in here that we're not supposed to be doing that,
That would be all.
Which beach access are we referring to? Where's the location at?
At the end of Shorewood Terrace in Harris Beach Estates.
Skip, you know where the other access point is?
I do, I can't explain it to you, but I do know where it is. It's not Shorewood Terrace.
It is actually a deeded.
It is deeded. Yeah, it's deeded. But it's not the Shorewood Terrace. I can,
I was curious.
yeah, I can show you that at a different time. Do you know where it is specific? Do you know how to describe it, Tony?
I don't. But I do want to state that our department we've only received one complaint, and it's basically about the beach access, but we haven't received complaints about garbage,
Yeah.
illegal fireworks, at least our department, who, the overseer of the conditional use permit and, hold the applicant accountable for that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. So we haven't received any complaints like that,
Yeah, for sure.
so.
So, okay, but we have a really local owner that,
Well, I reported the fire, I called.
The firework.
It was fireworks, so
yeah,
that should have been reported.
okay. Yeah, I think that's what you just said, Tony, that one was reported. So,
We didn't hear about that.
okay.
Yeah, the previous owners lived in California.
Right.
Yeah, so that'll make a big difference. Any staff additional comments?
No.
Does any participant request additional time to present evidence? In any land use decision, the burden of producing substantial evidence to demonstrate compliance with the applicable criteria is upon the applicants. If adequate evidence is not provided, the application must be denied. An applicant may be granted up to 7 additional days to submit written argument. Do the applicants request additional time to submit written argument? No. Okay, if not, are you willing to waive written argument and have a decision made this evening? It is now 7:19 PM and public testimony is closed on Planning Commission file number MC-1-24 CUP-4-22. We will now proceed to Planning Commission discussion to make a decision on the matter. From this point forward, no member of the audience will be allowed to address the commission. Any discussions?
Nope.
Straightforward.
Do I hear a motion?
We're gonna have to make it up because we don't have the paperwork.
I move that the planning commission
Why don't you have it?
I'm not throwing nobody under the bus.
Oh,
All right, I move that the planning commission approve file number MC-4-24/CUP-5-19, a request for the minor change of the conditional use permit, changing the permit for 96335 Dawson Road into the new property owners' names, Connie and Brahms Patel, based on the findings and conclusions stated in the staff report and subject to the conditions of approval.
Second.
Chair Whatwood,
aye.
Commissioner Chapman,
Aye.
Commissioner Bruce,
Aye.
Commissioner Wolfowitz, Commissioner Bond,
Aye.
Commissioner Peters,
Aye.
motion carries.
Do I hear a motion on the final order?
Me?
Yeah.
I move that the planning commission approve the final order regarding file MC-4-24 CUP-5-19 based on the findings and conclusions stated in the staff report and subject to the conditions of approval.
Second.
Commissioner Wolfowitz,
Thank you.
sorry, Commissioner Bruce,
Aye.
Commissioner Chapman,
Aye.
Commissioner Peters,
Aye.
Chair Whatwood,
Aye.
Commissioner Bond.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, thank you.
I'm going to grab Jerry.
I think you're just on the back.
Thank you. Oh, you handed it to me that way, huh? Okay.
Yeah, no, this was the one.
Did everybody get a copy of the minutes?
Yes.
Okay, so everybody review it. They're in the back, yeah. Do I hear a motion to approve?
I need a cheat sheet.
We all need the cheat sheet.
Right, no cheat sheets.
I know.
I move the planning commission approve the planning commission minutes of May 7th, 2024.
Second.
Excuse me, does that mean I'm going to speak?
We'll give you an opportunity.
Commissioner Peters,
Aye.
Commissioner Bond,
Aye.
Commissioner Wolfowitz,
Aye.
Chair Whatwood,
Aye.
Commissioner Chapman,
Aye.
Commissioner Bruce,
Aye.
motion carries.
Great. So agenda item 6 is unscheduled public appearances. And so we have Cheryl Kelmar on an outdoor light statute. So Cheryl, I just wanted to tell you a couple things. Can you state your name and your mailing address, please?
Cheryl Kelmar, I own 914 Marina Heights.
Okay. So I just want to let you know that we're here to conduct the planning commission business. You have filled out a public comment form indicating you want to comment on an outdoor light statute ordinance. The planning commission does not initiate action or make decisions pertaining to establishment of ordinances. That would be an issue you present to the city council. So do you have any other planning commission business?
Yes, I feel like this is a planning commission issue because you do make planning. You are concerned with planning this community. And
Sure.
I would like a chance to speak.
Sure, I understand that. So we're going to give you 5 minutes to speak.
Okay.
But I just was telling you that that would go to the city council
Well, I'll
to
be
initiate
speaking there
that.
as well.
So can you start the clock, please? Oh, sorry, you've got 4 minutes.
The camera is on my back. I would like it to be focused on my picture and not my back or my head.
Well, then turn-
Could we maybe set that down in front of, on
There you go.
the table
It's
there?
on now. It's on there now.
So, for my presentation.
Yeah, okay.
Well, you can still see it if it's down there.
Yep.
Okay, so I have 3 minutes, and I please ask not to be interrupted, even if you don't like what I'm saying. I have pictures here. The first one, this one, is a picture of Tiffany Berg's lighting up more than 8,000 square feet of my land. The fence in the picture is mine. It runs 200 feet along my property line with Tiffany Berg. Her light lights up at least 40 feet into my property. You can see a picture of me here. I'm standing 30 to 40 feet from the fence line and I'm completely lit up. That's 8,000 square feet. Tiffany Berg's light also lights up my building pad 50 feet from this fence. Here's a picture. What's the other one? Here's a picture of a light beam from Tiffany Berg's light streaming into my upper window of the main house, which would be difficult to cover with curtains. My house and loft are lit up by Tiffany Berg's light all night, every night. Tiffany's light is used for a small section of her driveway. Is Brookings that dangerous to justify such a light? In contrast, I spent a lot of money on a one-bedroom home with a loft with a view. Why should I, have to close the curtains every night to avoid Tiffany Berg's intrusive lights and to not be able to enjoy the stars and jacuzzi? In the first picture, I'd like you to notice, and I can leave this, the first picture is this one, that only 2 lights on the entire mountain would need to be covered at a small cost if a good neighbor outdoor light statute would be passed. Tiffany Berg's and someone else's at the top of the mountain on the other side of the river. I am here to confirm that now that you understand that Tiffany Berg's light lights up my house and streams into the sleeping and jacuzzi areas, your lack of action means legally any one of our neighbors can use any kind of light, even if it streams into our windows, even me. This is your default decision if you do nothing to the contrary. Finally, I want you to know that my last presentation here is being played on an outdoor loudspeaker over and over into the night by Tiffany Berg. I have 5 police reports of her noise pollution and abuse, including illegally flying a drone at my head. Tiffany Berg also has pictures of my personal belongings that were stored in my locked shed. I asked the police to ask Tiffany where she got those pictures. I gave no one a key to the locked shed. Tiffany Berg defames me on her TikTok channel. I have not committed any fraud. Tiffany Berg is out of control in her abuse of me over a light. I installed cameras because without knowing Tiffany was present while I was on my own land, suddenly I am defamed on Tiffany Berg's YouTube channel. Now I want to know if she is present and where. I have not posted videos of her and to call her names. As a result, this is now going to court because I have no choice. I have done everything and have only been harassed.
Okay,
and
Cheryl,
defamed.
your 5 minutes is up.
Okay,
So
and
thank
people,
you.
I would like one more thing, that you could follow my court case.
Your 5 minutes is up, so please
Well, I
step
timed
away
this
from
for 3
the...
minutes, so I'm surprised
No.
5 minutes are up. But you can follow my case,
Okay, so-
blogger.com, Cheryl Kelmar, and
Cheryl.
also TikTok. Thank you.
Thank you. Any more report from the...
Here, I would like to leave this. For anyone who says the light doesn't impact my house.
You might save it for the city council.
Oh, that's true, I'll leave it for them.
Yeah, because we won't have any use for it. Any more, item 6, any more unscheduled public appearances? Item 7, report from planning staff.
At this point, it doesn't look like we're going to have an August meeting, so we'll be taking it on in September. I think we have a partition to review.
Okay.
So that's all I have.
Any commission final comments? Did we skip from 7 to 9?
You see it.
Item 7 and then item 9. So it looks like there's no item 8. So we're okay. Any commission final comments? Okay. It's now 7:29 PM.